Hello. This is the third devotion I'm making in a row since 3 days ago. I'm going to be reading from Matthew 6, starting in verse 16. And when you fast, do not look gloomy like the hypocrites, for they disfigure their faces, that their fasting may be seen by others. Truly, I say to you, they have received their reward. But when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, that your fasting may not be seen by others, but by your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you. So this I found really cool because it's a reminder for me when I'm doing Christian things to do it for God alone. Fasting is a great example of this. So what is fasting? Fasting is temporarily withholding something that you need or that you crave in order to draw closer to God. And how does that work? Well, Jesus gives a little insight into that in a later verse in the same chapter. Jesus says, "Is not life more than food?" This is when he's teaching his disciple or whoever's following him to not be anxious about how much food they have. When he says, "Is not life more than food?" the word for life in Greek is psyche. Psyche can be translated as soul. And so keep the soul idea in mind. Is not psyche more than food? So what are you doing by fasting? You're teaching your soul that it needs God more than food. Now swap out food for anything else you could abstain from. Say you fast from social media. You're teaching your psyche that it needs God more than social media. So that's the core of fasting. That's why we do it. So what's the lesson here? When you fast, do not look gloomy like the hypocrites, for they disfigure their faces, that their fasting may be seen by others. Truly, I say to you, they have received their reward. People who fast for their own gain, for public recognition, receive their reward. They get public recognition, but they're missing out on the true reward of fasting. What is the true reward of fasting? But when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, that your fasting may not be seen by others, but by your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you. Notice that the person who fasts for God does it so that they may not be seen by others, but by their Father who is in secret. They do it for God. They don't do it with the other people's opinions in mind. They do it for God. And then God, who is able to see that, rewards them with the true reward of fasting, God. If people fast for God and God alone, then God gives them what they desire, which is God and God alone. Fasting with a true heart opens your heart to God. And so I would like to encourage you now, if you can think of anything in your life that you want to fast from, say it's social media, say you want to try fasting from food, go for it, because it's a good idea. It'll teach your psyche that you need God more than that thing. Of course, be healthy about it. Make sure that your body is healthy by the end of it.